passages for him in which he records some other wonderful events likewise having come down to him by tradition. That Philip the Apostle resided in Hierapolis with his daughters has been already stated, but how Papias, their contemporary, relates that he had heard a marvellous tale from the daughters of Philip must be noted here. For he relates that in his time a man rose from the dead, and again he gives other wonderful stories about Justus, who was surnamed Barsabas, how he drank a deadly poison, yet by the grace of the Lord suffered no inconvenience. Of this Justus the book of Acts records that after the ascension of the Saviour, the holy apostles put him forward with Matthias and prayed for the right choice, in place of the traitor Judas, that should make their number complete. This passage is somewhat as follows: and they put forward too Joseph called Barsabas, who was surnamed Justus, and Matthias, and they prayed and said. End of quote. End of quote. The same writer has recorded other notices as having come down to him from oral tradition certain strange parables of the Saviour and teaching of his, and other statements of rather mythical character, among which he says that there will be a period of some 10,000 years after the resurrection, and that the kingdom of Christ will be set up in a material form on this earth. These ideas I suppose he got through a misunderstanding of the apostolic accounts, not perceiving that the things recorded there in figures were spoken by them mystically. See how much time I've got. For he evidently was a man of very mean capacity, as one may be judged from his own statements, yet it was owing to him that so many church fathers after him adopted a like opinion, urging their own support the antiquity of the man, as for instance Irenaeus. However, else they were also declared that they held like views. Papias also gives his own work other accounts of the words of the Lord on the authority of Ariston, who has been mentioned above. The traditions of the elders John. To these we refer to the curious, and for our present purpose we will merely add to this words which have been quoted above, a tradition which has been set forth through these sources concerning Mark, who wrote the Gospel. And the elders said this also: Mark, having become the interpreter of Peter, wrote down accurately everything that he remembered, without however recording in order what was either said or done by Christ. And neither did he hear the word Lord, nor did he follow him, but afterwards, as I said, attended Peter, who adopted his instructions to the needs of his hearers, but had no design of giving a connected account of the Lord's oracle. So then Mark made no mistake, while he thus wrote down some things as he remembered them, for he made it his one care not to omit anything that he heard, or set down any false statement therein. Such then, end of quote, is the account given by Papias concerning Mark. But concerning Matthew, the following statement is